I've created this office as a symbol of how I feel about government. This sawed-off shotgun belonged to a local bootlegger. People who come in here to ask me for things have to stare right down the barrel. Did you guys get a grant to do this? This is my basketball court. I don't want to see any double dribble. I don't want to see any 3-second violations. 5 and 8!
You know, in Russia, they could pretend that pit was a park. Bring their kids down there. Hey, Vlad, look at these rocks. Let's pretend they're potatoes. Nikolai, do you want to swim in the dirt? I don't mean to complain, but I think Shauna is being a little unprofessional. She got here 15 minutes late. She's wearing the same dress she wore yesterday. And she had to get a ride from...
My idea of a perfect government is one guy who sits in a small room at a desk, and the only thing he's allowed to decide is who to nuke. The man is chosen based on some kind of IQ test, and maybe also a physical tournament, like a decathlon. And women are brought to him, maybe, when he desires them. I enjoy government functions like I enjoy getting kicked in the nuggets with a steel-toe boot. But this hotel always serves bacon-wrapped shrimp. That's my #1 favorite food, wrapped around my #3 favorite food. I'd go to a banquet in honor of those Somali pirates if they served bacon-wrapped shrimp. Excuse me.
The band has had a few different names over the years. We were Teddy Bear Suicide, but then we changed it to Mouse Rat. Then we were God Hates Figs, Two Doors Down, Department of Homeland Obscurity. Then we were Three Skin, Just the Tip, Flames for Flames, Muscle Confusion, Nothing Rhymes with Orange, then Everything Rhymes with Orange, Andy Dwyer Experience, AD and the D-Bags, the Andy's, Rad Wagon, Five Skin, Four Skin, Nothing Rhymes with Blorange, Death of a Scam Artist, Razor Dick, Puppy Pendulum, Possum Pendulum, Penis Pendulum, Handrail Suicide, Angel Snack, Jet Black Pope, Punch Face Champions, Ninja Dick. We went back to Mouse Rat, and now we are Scarecrow Boat. God, when I hear myself say Scarecrow Boat out loud, I kind of hate it.
You know why tonight's fun? Because everyone's so gay. And they know how to have fun, and the dancing. Everyone is just who they are, and who they are is just stone cold gay. I ate a brownie once at a party in college. It was intense. It's kind of indescribable, actually. I felt like I was floating. Turns out there wasn't any pot in the brownie. It was just an insanely good brownie. No, Susan isn't a perfect 10, but in my mind, Susan is the perfect Miss Pawnee. Her values are strong. Her commitment to her job is very admirable. She has a real sense of... Hey, over here.
I've established a scientifically perfect 10-point scale of human beauty. Wendy is a 7.4, which is way too high for Tom, who is a 3.8. 10 is tennis legend Steffi Graf.
I will also take the sexy black one.
I am not surprised at all. I've been to South America. I did very well there.
The key to volunteering? A lot of pockets for putting all the food in. The Red Cross has amazing cookies. I go there all the time. Meals on Wheels was a bonanza. Suicide Hotline? Surprisingly lame spread.
I passed up a gay Halloween party to be here. Do you know how much fun gay Halloween parties are? Last year I saw 3 Jonas Brothers make out with 3 Robert Pattinsons. It was amazing.
I'm a simple man. I like pretty dark-haired women and breakfast food. But this stock photo I bought at a framing store isn't real. Today I got the real thing. A naked Tammy made me breakfast this morning. Oh, I should have taken a picture of it. Oh.
What the man?
I don't know what happened. Frankly, I emitted a noise. The noise was involuntary. Sometimes a sound is just a sound, you know?
This is such a great day. See, at my house, I got a wife and 3 beautiful daughters. But this trip, it is the one time of year I get to pee standing up. Oh, I love that sound.
I've been shot! I've been shot! Somebody shot me in the head!
Strippers do nothing for me. I like a strong, salt-of-the-earth, self-possessed woman at the top of her field. Your Steffi Grafs, your Cheryl Swoopses. But I will take a free breakfast buffet anytime, any place.
In a 24-hour news cycle, the tiniest story gets dissected over and over again. In 2004, a kid from Pawnee went to the Olympics, and it was reported on for over a year. He wasn't even competing or anything. He just was going literally to watch the Olympics.
I've been getting a lot of visitors recently, thanks to a stupid, worthless new push to make government officials more accessible to the public.
There is a disturbing lack of benches in Ramsett Park. I want to sit more.
And another thing I like is the layout of the hiking trails.
I made this in one of your pottery classes. It's terrible.
This is my hell.
Justin is hip. Pawnee is the opposite of hip. People in this town are just now getting into Nirvana. I don't have the heart to tell them what's going to happen to Kurt Cobain in 1994.
Oh, God. Generally, I like to stay out of other people's business, but Pawnee is the 4th most obese city in America. The kids here are beefy. They're just husky, big-boned, plus-size chunk monsters. I call them like I see them.
What's Galentine's Day? Oh, it's only the best day of the year. Every February 13th, my lady friends and I leave our husbands and our boyfriends at home, and we just come and kick it breakfast style. Ladies celebrating ladies. It's like Lilith Fair, minus the angst. Plus frittatas.
I want to open up my own club one day. Maybe call it something like Club-a-Dub-Dub or the Club Marine. Sort of a submarine-themed club. Or Tom's Bistro. The word bistro is classy as.
I'm paying April $50 to watch my house while I'm away. I would have asked Leslie, but I've seen the way she takes care of her house. Plus, there's always been a little distance between me and April. And I thought this would maybe, I don't know, give us a chance to get a little closer. Maybe even...
I don't like Anne.
Yeah, I've always been a bit of an outdoorsman. When I was a kid, my parents used to make me hang out in the backyard a lot and just run around till I got tired. But if there's any criminals out there watching, I never get tired. And ladies, too.
Here we are.
Eat.
Well, it hasn't gone exactly as I've hoped, but I got them all here, and we're gonna have a beautiful picnic. It's gonna be good.
Hey, I just whizzed on a butterfly.
April is the best, but she's 20. When April was born, I was already in 3rd grade, which means if we were friends back then, I'd have been hanging out with a baby. I don't know anything about infant care. My God, I could have killed her.
Leslie and I had an amazing talk. It was so great of her to come over here, even though she was exhausted beyond belief. Anyway, after we talked, she fell asleep on my couch. And she's been asleep for 22 hours. It's amazing what she slept through. Oh, wait. At one point, I thought she was up. Hold on. Hi. Hey. But then she went right back to sleep. I've been monitoring her vital signs. She's totally fine. I love her so much. But I think I'm gonna draw a mustache on her face. I loved Andy. Loved him. Loved Andy. He was a totally helpless baby when we met. I dated him for 3 years. Now he's an adult with a job. And some other girl is gonna reap the rewards of my hard work? That's bullshit.
I have run 10 miles a day, every day, for 18 years. That's 65,000 miles, a third of the way to the moon. My goal is to run to the moon.
Bam! Boom! I'd say my coaching style is centered around fundamentals, with an emphasis on fun. Hey, watch this. Go get it! And a second emphasis on mental. Yeah, it can be hard work, but every time I look one of these kids in the eyes and he calls me coach, that's how I know I agreed to be a coach.
Way to go, buddy. Way to go.
We've been on a couple of dates. I really like him. The problem is he's like a perfect human man. I can't find one flaw. There was one time I thought he farted, but it was me.
You should listen to him. Those books are good.
Oh, I love any book about vampires, werewolves, monsters, zombies, sorcerers, beasties, or time-traveling romances. And if I had an hour alone with Robert Pattinson, he would forget all about Skinny Legs McGee, I'll tell you that much.
I know Tammy seems scary, but really she's just a manipulative, psychotic, library book peddling, sex-crazed she-demon. So we're doing a huge media blitz to publicize the Harvest Festival, and we've got TV, newspaper, radio, and I even called Oprah. Well, I tried to call Oprah. I couldn't get her number. I'm putting it out there, like The Secret. And hopefully she'll call me.
I kind of forgot that you need money when you have a girlfriend. I want to treat April like a queen, and queens deserve flowers and massages, chocolate, booze, diamonds, rubies, emeralds, and treasure chests full of scarves, different kinds of lubes that warm up when you rub them on stuff. I'm gonna give her all that stuff and more.
This is sacred burial ground, and I just hope that the souls of my ancestors don't put a curse on this festival. There are two things I know about white people. They love Matchbox 20, and they are terrified of curses. Oh, no.
Oh, no? I have to move, right? Yeah. I'm gonna leave the country. Bye, everybody. Bye.
I gotta nail the speech, so I brought in an expert, Jean Ralphio.
Can I throw something on you, see if it feels good?
Sure.
Okay, this is what I would do. I would start with a joke. Joke. Vince Vaughn quote. Obviously.
Swingers or crashers?
Fred Claus. Talk about Andy's ex-girlfriends. Quote from Love Actually. Hold back your tears. Pause. Drop the microphone. Get out of that bitch.
Desserts are what I call desserts. Trays are entrees. I call sandwiches Sammy's, Sandoozles, or Adam Sandler's. Air conditioners are cool blasters with a Z. I don't know where that came from. I call cakes big old cookies. I call noodles long-ass rice. Fried chicken is fry chicky chick. Chicken parm is chicky parm parm. Chicken cacciatore, chicky catch. I call eggs pre-birds or future birds. Root beer is super water. Tortillas are bean blankies. And I call forks food rakes.
That painting is not gonna be destroyed. Every great work of art contains a message. And the message of this painting is get out of my way unless you want an arrow in your ass, Marcia. Ron refuses to tell anyone when his birthday is. He's even had it redacted on all government documents. 3 years of investigations, phone calls, Freedom of Information Act requests, and still I had nothing. Until a well-placed bribe to a gentleman at Baskin-Robbins revealed. Ron's birthday is on Friday.
You don't even know one thing. I didn't even say one thing, and then she asked me the whole thing, and I didn't even do it once.
I'm like an elephant, okay? If I walk into a room, it's like, okay, he's in there.
I'm gonna tell you that bitch over there. I'm gonna tell. I don't have to brag.
Baba boy. Turn this music down. Fuzzy, booping, love and stuff.
Para no hacer porque fui a una pronuncia y como les mexicanas te la pizza al derecho de mi casa.
Ain't nothing wrong bringing the old me back. The mama know her body so trophy glass. She worked every.
You wanna play some music?
Sure. Anne and I burned an awesome CD for the trip.
Jimmy Carter's Crisis of Confidence speech, learning to speak Mandarin, 16 minutes of old-timey car horn, and something called Banjo Boogie Bonanza.
The 4th floor, small claims court, divorce filings, state-ordered drug tests. It's somehow both freezing and humid. There's a whole room on the 4th floor where they store the knives they've confiscated from people who went to the 4th floor to stab someone.
When I walked in this morning and saw the flag was at half-mast, I thought, all right, another bureaucrat ate it. But then I found out it was little Sebastian. Half-mast is too high. Show some damned respect.
That man has the largest penis I have ever seen. I actually don't even know if he has mumps. Forgot to look. I was distracted by the largest penis I have ever seen.
My face is numb.
What is that?
Anne was getting a little chummy. When people get too chummy with me, I like to call them by the wrong name to let them know I don't really care about them.
That's a genius move.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Lester.
I bought this mackerel at the supermarket. I've been standing in the water with the fish on my hook for 30 minutes. I saw it on an episode of I Love Lucy. Pathetic, maybe, but feels pretty good to have a bunch of little boys be super into me. That came out wrong.
We are throwing a Halloween party at our house. It's gonna be the greatest thing ever.
Someone will die.
Of fun.
And of murder.
There's gonna be beer, pumpkins.
Bloody goblins.
Fake ones. It's gonna be awesome. We have decorations.
Dead people that we just murdered.
Not murdered, but pictures of dead people from TV or movies.
Mutilated bodies.
But fake ones. Candy, dancing, tequila, all kinds of food and snacks.
Blood orphans.
No blood orphans. I don't know what that is.
For a while in the 1970s, our town was run by a freaky cult. And every few years, the remaining members predict the world's gonna end, and they have an all-night vigil in the park. It's super annoying. Turns out, when you think the world's ending, you don't aim so carefully in the porta potties.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. I think we've all seen enough. Still not totally sure what I'm applying for, but if you ask me, I think it went pretty well.
I guess I'm Jerry now. After work, I'll just go home, straight to my boring house, kiss my wife, and have a home-cooked meal with my 3 beautiful daughters. What a miserable life.
This is stressful, and stress leads to depression. And if I don't maintain an extremely high dosage of herbal remedies, I will get very depressed. Oh God, it's happening right now.
Personalized leopard printed robe, pink feather cuffs, and on the back in rhinestones. You can get it.
Depressed? I'm the furthest thing from depressed. I mean, look at what I've accomplished. Do you see him? Do you think a depressed person could make this? No.
I think based on the redness, I might be allergic to getting stabbed by needles. We have already been to like 5 different doctors. I got my ankles microwaved.
X-rayed.
They took my blood away to use for science.
Cholesterol test.
April had her sinuses removed.
Looked at.
Some guy looked at my wiener, touched it. That was weird.
And that guy wasn't even a doctor.
That... What?
Come on now, get some money. Come on, April, get in your piece. Come on, do it. Get some money.
I don't care about that prize, but I'm gonna win because I want his happiness to go away.
February 14th, Valentine's Day, is about romance. But February 13th, Galentine's Day, is about celebrating lady friends. It's wonderful, and it should be a national holiday. It should be a national holiday. Dear Congress, it's Leslie again. Pawnee's police chief is retiring, and I'm trying to get his endorsement before he goes. I'm really nervous because I need this for my campaign. And Ben is really nervous because he is afraid of cops.
I'm not afraid of cops. I have no reason to be. I never break any laws, ever. Because I'm deathly afraid of cops.
I was getting kind of sick of listening to Tom and Ann talk about their relationship, but then I remembered that alcohol existed. Thank you, alcohol.
Either we complete a government project, which is abhorrent to me, or we bring a new person into the department, which repulses me to my core. Reminds me of when my dad made me choose which of my pet calves to slaughter with my own hands for my 6th birthday. I couldn't choose, so I slaughtered both of them. And they were delicious.
I think we may have used up all our luck tonight. Actually, not all of it. He's about to get lucky. It's on. He doesn't even know it yet.
I think I may have found a project I'd actually enjoy doing. Helping these cats and dogs. They should be rewarded for not being people. I hate people.
After I steal this cable feed, I will repay the cable company for the service we used.
A few days ago, in a routine campaign stop in downtown Pawnee, one Leslie Knope, pause, was attacked. Play. By a pie. Luckily, it only hit Jerry, so no damage was done. Play. The only evidence we have is a video shot by Pause, my wife, April Ludgate. This is Burt Macklin's greatest assignment yet. If you are watching, perpetrator, just know that you are still at large.
Last night at approximately 2:30 a.m., I woke up from a dream that felt so real that it had to be a premonition. Me, Drake, and the T-Mobile girl were playing Baccarat on a private jet. Ann Perkins walks up to me and she says, "Tommy, tomorrow night, I'm taking you back." Then Blue Ivy Carter high-fived me and gave me $40 million. It was all so real.
Now would everyone please back off and just let me cook in peace? These people are soft. They're grill virgins. But by the time this day is over, they'll have been taken by the grill and delicately and tenderly shown the ways of flavorful meat love. The first time is so beautiful.
Chris and Tom offered to help me train to become a police officer. The physical exam is about 3 months away, and I am in terrible shape, but I can already do this. So, I'm getting there.
Do you ever give a perm to someone and ever regret it? Anne has told me repeatedly not to get a perm. But Anne's not here, so when the Anne's away, the mice get perms. Great news. Lots of old people have chlamydia. Woo! Seniors in Pawnee have a lot of time on their hands, and what they're doing with that time is going at it hard, old people style. A lot of them haven't had proper sex education, and as a result, STDs are having a field day. It's amazing what a few old guys can do with a little bit of charm and a lot of crabs.
Here are those ankle weights I bought you that you liked so much.
Recently, Leslie pointed out that sometimes when I date someone, I kind of adopt that person's personality. The evidence is fairly damning. Chris Traeger, exercise phase. Andy Dwyer, my grunge phase. Tom Haverford, my needless shopping phase. Also, my credit card debt phase. Ann Perkins.
The Knope Wyatt Unity quilt. Ben and I are weaving our lives together, so I have woven this quilt. It represents every member of our new united family. Of all my metaphorical art projects, this is by far the coziest.
3 weeks of vacation, matching 401k, and a pretty sweet windbreaker.
Wow!
I'm getting married, and I wanted a good, stable job, so I'm going back to accounting. So just call me Bond, municipal Bond. Yeah, that joke killed at the accounting firm.
I started a business where I rent my fancy clothes to teens so their parents don't have to buy them nice things they'll just grow out of. So if you see a 14-year-old kid wearing a Louis Vuitton cravat, you know who to thank. Me. And Louis Vuitton for making some dope-ass cravats.
I mean, I'd do anything for Ron. Even spend a whole night fighting his crazy ex-wife. But I think I'm safe. She's gotta be tired by now. Hi.
I would like to go on record. Speaking as a citizen of Pawnee, I do not like the way you went back on your deal with Councilwoman Knope. It reminds me of what the settlers of Pawnee did to my ancestors, taking their land without permission.
He really plays white people like a fiddle. Wow, it's amazing to watch.
This is Stacy Knobloch's house. I went to high school with her and she was super mean to me. And now I know that she dyes her hair. I knew that wench wasn't naturally blonde. Oh my God. She has to use prescription strength deodorant. This is the best day of my life. I have to lead a public forum for the Pawnee Commons every day this week, and I hate talking to people. So to get through it, I figured I'm just gonna basically try to imitate Leslie. She still wears this. She had the patch sewn in. You can't remove it. What's in the pocket, you ask? A ticket stub from a Fleetwood Mac concert in 1995, and...
I, Chris Traeger, after several sustained hours of diarrhea, combined with violent coughing and a devastating fever, followed by even more diarrhea, have succumbed to the avian flu. I'm dead.
When you're in love, everything seems like a sign. I love my husband, I love my job, and I love my friends, even though they really can't handle their booze. Ever since Andy failed the police academy exam, his self-esteem has hit rock bottom. He's always sad and sweaty. He's usually happy and sweaty. Do you realize what you have done? The Pawnee government now effectively owns a porn shop. You have made us porn peddlers.
Tom and April were excellent witnesses in my defense. Unfortunately, every single word out of their mouths was a lie. There's only one thing I hate more than lying: skim milk, which is water that's lying about being milk. Last night I watched a movie with Diane and the girls in which an orange fish is separated from his father. The children were sniffling, which I believe to be due to the sad nature of the film. I was wrong.
Leslie has anniversaries for everything. Zoo Day, the first time we went to the zoo together. Double Date Day was the first time we went on a double date. Daniel Day-Lewis Day. Talk Like a Pirate Day. Talk Like a Pittsburgh Pirate Day, which, why, and how. This calendar was last year's Calendar Day present, celebrating the first time she ever bought me a calendar.
This is how it begins. The next Jerry. One screwed up sentence. And 30 years later, I'm wearing aquamarine sweater vests and listening to Bonnie Raitt and the Da Vinci Code on my iPod. It's already started.
You want to cut funding for the Pawnee Palms Public Putt-Putt? What did the PPPP ever do to you? Ron is very anti-government and he has that philosophy, but there are just certain things that you don't cut. Schools, police, mini-golf, merry-go-rounds, parades, gazebo repair, roads and bridges, whatever. Pretty gardens, hummingbird feeder.
I left my sweatshirt at Ron's cabin. When I went back to get it, I found this in the trash. Positive pregnancy test. Side note, I accidentally threw my sweatshirt away. That's why I was digging through the trash. Found that too, pretty cool. So if my science is correct, one of the 5 women who were at the cabin, Leslie, Donna, Anne, Mona Lisa, or April, is pregnant. Can't be April. She would have told me. That leaves 4 suspects. There's only one man for this job. Burt Macklin, FBI. They said I was retired. They said I was too dangerous for the Pawnee Police Department. Turns out they were right. And wrong. Macklin, you son of a bitch.
Diane suggested we tag along to London for a honeymoon. I agreed because my love for her trumps my hatred for Europe. Then she hit a phase of morning sickness that knocked her for a loop and decided to stay home, but she insisted I go and take pictures for her. All of this could have been avoided if we'd followed my plan for a honeymoon: a steak dinner, a glass of Lagavulin whiskey, then vigorous lovemaking for 2 hours, and we're both asleep by 8:30. All my life, I have avoided Europe and its multitudes of terribleness. But it turns out, much to my surprise, there is actually one place in Europe that is worth seeing. These tiny islands off the coast of Scotland, where God's chosen elixirs are distilled, barreled, and prepared for consumption. This is worth the trip. Dear Ron, you have now reached the cliffsides overlooking the islands. As you sit here and gaze upon the waters, please read out loud the poem by the great Scotsman Robert Burns. Love, Leslie. Oh, were my love yon lilac fair, with purple blossoms to the spring, and I a bird to shelter there, when wearied on my little wing, how I would mourn when it was torn by autumn wild and winter rude. but I would sing on wanton wing, when youthful May its bloom renewed. I don't know what she thought I'd get out of that.
This year, we get to host the Pawnee Eagleton Tip-Off Classic. That awful human being is Ingrid DeForest. She's a city councilor from Eagleton. She thinks she's so great because she won the Miss Indiana beauty pageant last year while she was in office and pregnant.
Oh my God, who's your spinning instructor, Gregory or Winona?
I go to Giannis. Who are Gregory and Winona? I've never heard of them before. Are they better?
Winona rocks my world.
Seriously, you need to get me in there. Like, that's a must, must, must.
She's the worst person I've ever met. I want to travel the world with her.
The committee to recall Leslie Knope is relentless. Look what they're handing out in elementary schools.
I'm Leslie Knope. Tell your parents to recall me.
Tonight, I am throwing Ben his dream birthday party, a roller skating bash with an early 90s theme. Ben lives for the early 90s. The music, the fashion, it's his favorite era. As for the roller skating...
I have a thing for women and skates, okay? I mean, everyone has a thing, and that's mine. As far as things go, it's pretty innocuous. Could be one of those dudes that kisses mannequins or whatever, but I like a woman and skates. A lot.
Leslie's been holding it together pretty well, but today is when she needs us the most. That's why we formed the Leslie Knope Emotional Support Task Force.
Anything she could possibly need to get her through these final hours, we got it covered. Back rubs, YouTube videos of turtles and birds becoming friends.
A poster announcing the new Lilith Fair concert. It's fake, but it'll buy us an hour.
We even have a secret hand signal in case we think she needs help. It's loosely based on the Klingon greeting salute.
I just learned that, and if I had known, I would not have agreed to it.
I really wish Ron would engage. But he exudes so much wisdom that I can learn parenting tips simply by being in his presence. Someone like Ron is teaching, even when they're not teaching. Does that make sense? My anxiety has kept me up for over 50 hours.
If I'm murdered tonight, start the investigation with those two guys.
Andy got back from London 2 days ago, and he still has jet lag. It's really annoying. We're on totally different schedules. Last night, he mowed the lawn at 2 in the morning. Andy! Andy!
Got me a beer?
All right. As soon as I wake up, he goes down, hard. This has to stop.
Fine, I'll go back to your system. You're the big dog around here.
Big kangaroo. And thank you. Well, yeah, I was gone for a while, and things are a little different around here, but this is still my house. I invented this Parks game, son. Oh. Damn it! When did they put a lamp here? I am back at the Parks Department, and Ben is city manager, but we're married, so it's kosher and awesome. We live together.
And work together.
And we are so
in sync that we finish each other's
sentences. We rehearsed that at home. Naked in bed.
What?
April, thank you. I know you may tease Anne, but deep down inside, I can tell that you really care.
Anne's leaving town and saying painful goodbyes to loved ones. Greatest day of my life.
I asked for Larry's help because he has the most successful marriage of anyone I know to a gorgeous woman, which honestly is still a mystery to me. Like, was it a hypnosis accident or something where they put Gail under and made her fall in love with Larry and never said the magic word to snap her out of it? Like, if I say nutmeg, will she wake up and start screaming?
This is the best day I've ever spent in a government building, and luckily my son was here to share it with me. He now has that satisfied look that only comes with the pride of labor. Or he pooped. Either way, well done, John.
Now that Pawnee and Eagleton have merged, it is time to pick a new town slogan. And a slogan can make a big difference with tourism and a town's identity. There's New York, the city that never sleeps, and then there's Glenwater, Florida, home of America's most violent Walmart parking lot. I need an Anne who lives in Pawnee, and there is no one obvious candidate, so I will test them out on the ultimate battlefield of female friendship, Galentine's Day brunch. It will be a women's-only marathon bonding session with tons of whipped cream. Side note, do not Google that phrase.
Every song I download has to pass a series of rigorous tests to answer one simple question. Is it a banger? How many beats per minute? How many drops? How dope are the drops? Were any acoustic instruments used? If so, it is not a banger. I once accidentally downloaded a Lumineers song. I had to throw away my whole computer just to be safe.
Chip McCap!
No!
Yes!
Nice! Wait, no, I don't want to touch your hand. Chip McCap is the most amazing 17-year-old country singer in the entire world. He's like Indiana's sweetheart.
We are huge chipmunks. That's what his fans call themselves. I don't know why. Chipmunks. Because the animal? No, that's too simple.
Yeah, okay. His latest song, Beautiful Like My Mom, parentheses, support the troops, has like 2 million hits on YouTube.
Well, she don't care about no fancy trend. She's just a mom from old South Bend.
Get home safe, boys, and thank you for protecting our freedom.
Let's play it again.
This is insane. 3 kids? I just multiplied all our future expenses by 3, and you know what happened? The numbers got a lot higher. I think I heard the computer laugh at me. And Saperstein wants us to relax.
Are you ready to go, my gentle dove?
Oh, I will be there in 2 flaps of a butterfly's wing. And I love you. We are so screwed.
My restaurant opens in 6 weeks, and I'm making sure I get every detail right. This is the hardest I've worked on anything since... Wow, I've never worked hard on anything. What a cool life.
Sometimes you have to make the hardest climb to see the most beautiful sunrise. I read that once on an old lady's decorative pillow, but it is really how I feel today. I've climbed a very weird and rocky mountain, and it was a pain in the ass, and my legs are tired, and I'm starving. But the sun is rising over a sea of love and waffles and possibility. So I'm just gonna relax and take a deep breath and enjoy this view for as long as I possibly can.
I've known a lot of ballers in my day, but no man balls harder than the man I'm about to bring up. He's kind, he's intelligent. He's a person I'm deeply proud to call my friend.
It's a pretty good speech. I mean, it was, a little sappy, maybe. But I think I liked it.
Joan has always been kind of a train wreck, but the last 3 years, she's gone off the deep end. She did a string of shows from rehab.
Victoria Herzog, you were a successful attorney from Wilmington, Delaware. Then you hit rock bottom.
This is supposed to be anonymous. She once gave every member in her audience a car, 1 car, that they all had to fight for. Oh, and last year she did a show where she called all of her ex-boyfriends while sitting on a washing machine.
Well, Eric, if you didn't give it to me, then who did?
I love her so much. I hope she's my real mom.
I have no interest in consorting with celebrities. The only celebrities I recognize are furniture maker Gary Knox Bennett, designer of the notorious 16-penny nail cabinet, and Magnus, the 5x5 bull elk I saw near my cabin 2 years ago. Took a shot at the bastard, and he stuck his antlers through the door of my meat shed. One day, Magnus, I will wear you as a jacket.
Fine, whatever, I'll do it. I started here when I was 20, and now I'm old and gross and directionless. Those kids are me 10 years ago, and this internship is the videotape from the ring. It's too late for me, I've seen too much, but maybe I can save them. You're all gonna die in here!
Occasionally on my show, we deal with real issues like bullying, peer pressure, or holding in farts. In those very special episodes, I become Jonathan Karate, the very serious older brother of Johnny Karate. Jonathan Karate tells it like it is. He makes people do the right thing.
The Meagles are a cold-blooded crew of judgmental grudge holders. My cousin Winnie once forgot to use a coaster at my grandpa's house, and he wrote her out of his will. The last 4 Meagle family Pictionary tournaments ended at the hospital. Legally, no more than 3 Meagles are allowed on an international flight together. But they give great gifts. Gotta get that flatware.
I just decided what I'm going to do while April is out of town. I'm going to round up the team and find her a new job. Yeah, Ben Wyatt, please. Tell him it's Count Chocula. No, it's Andrew Dwyer. I'm sorry.
I have always felt a certain kinship with April, and this is proof that I was correct. Not the nice things she said about me, the fact that I buried a large amount of gold under that same tree years ago. I've since moved it. Or have I?
People are dying, moving, retiring. Too many endings, not enough beginnings. We need something to begin. And I have just the thing, an underground dance competition. I'm realizing I know nothing about the logistics of how to start an underground dance competition, but someone here will.